Let's get right into this review for Masters of the Universe. Alright, so Masters of the Universe is directed by Travis Knight. Now, one thing to note is that the He-Man series actually started out back in the 1980s. He-Man was originally sold as toys, then went into being published as comic books, and ultimately became the iconic animated series back then. This latest iteration is now the modern cinematic take with these characters and lore that many people came to know and love. Now that I've seen the film, what did I think about the cinematic package here? I thought this was a pretty solid time, but nothing really more than that. To start off with the positives, I thought this film played out exactly like I thought it would after having witnessed the trailers. Just a mediocre popcorn flick with a lot of the same equations and elements of a generic superhero tale in the cinematic format. And in all honesty, I really dug that. Obviously, there's some weak or bare-bone elements to some characters, plot points, or general cheesiness throughout the acts that can be a double-edged sword depending on your perspective. But it's safe to say that none of that really bothered me here. I never watched any of the original animations back then, but it seems to me as if they tried to stick as close to the source material with the characters. This is a Power Ranger-esque film that just works as long as you go with the flow. And among all the B or C tier elements, I thought there was enough passion shown through the visuals, creativity, and general acting chops for me to warrant my satisfaction by the end. I also thought the main lead for this film, Nicholas Galitzine as He-Man, was great. He had the awkwardness, the masculinity, the kindness, and the dorkiness, which all meshed well together for this story. Also, there's some great character development for the protagonist and some side characters involved, like Duncan, played by Idris Elba. So in all honesty, kudos to the entire cast, the set designs, the costumes, and general behind the scenes effort to make this fantasy reality come back to life on the big screen. As for the negatives, again, the story isn't perfect, but I don't really think they were trying to be. A lot of it feels like it's coming directly from the source material. I found enjoyment with the general momentum propelling this film forward, even with some of the missteps. There are moments that definitely didn't connect for me, some comedy that fell flat on several occasions, and some predictable aspects to the action and storytelling. But by the end of my experience, I still left the theaters having a fun time. I didn't find myself thinking this 2-hour and 20-minute film overstayed its welcome throughout that runtime. My final score for Masters of the Universe is 7.5 out of 10. This was a solid one-time watch experience for me. There's a fun ensemble playing all the characters here, some likable moments, a solid underdog superhero story, and great visuals to pair along the ride. I think fans of the original animated series are in for a treat here. For those going in for a great 2026 modern fantasy action film, I can't see how this might pull in both the positive and negative ways. Anyways, thanks for checking this movie review out. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I shall see you on my next upload. Until then, stay safe out there, and peace.